The Themed Retrospective Handbook. Bonus material. Top 10 Retrospective Tips. Over the years, Jeff and I have facilitated and observed many retrospectives. In fact, we struggle to guess how many we actually have. The good ones have been filled with energy, honesty, conflict, creativity, and humour. The bad ones have been repetitive, shallow, uninspiring, and predictable. Retrospectives are one of the easiest parts of Scrum to pick up and run with, and if they're executed well, they can have an immediate effect on team productivity and morale. To this end, we thought we'd share with you our top 10 tips for running a great retrospective, regardless of the structure you choose. Number 1, a good venue. It's hard to expect people to think differently about their situation if they always use the same old meeting room and stare at the same 4 walls. Some of the best retrospectives we've been involved in have been performed inside a pub or a restaurant, or even outdoors in the garden or in a park. You might find people actually open up more emotionally in an informal environment, or extend their creative thought by enjoying some actual blue sky thinking. Number 2, get people moving. Body movement increases blood flow that, in turn, allows more energy and oxygen to move through our bodies and brains. Something like an outdoor ball game can help relieve some of the tension of the day, add some team building, and help get our brains working if we face challenging issues. Number 3, food and drink. Remember, you are expecting people to stay focused for 1 to 3 hours typically in most cases, and attentiveness will soon drop off if attendees feel hungry or thirsty. Freshly made hot coffee is a great incentive to get a team to turn up on time too. As far as food goes, we'd steer clear of too many cakes and biscuits and beige choices, and maybe opt for some fresh fruit instead to prevent these retrospectives from turning into a lethargic and sleepy affair. Number 4, state the purpose. Lots of poor retrospectives we've attended have wandered aimlessly for hours and culminated with no tangible outcomes or benefits. As a Scrum Master, try and grab the attention of your audience within the first 5 to 10 minutes of the meeting. This is your chance to entice them into participating for the entire session. Setting a compelling goal or a challenge at the start of the retrospective can be a simple way to hook people from the outset. Experiment with metaphor. All of the ideas we need already exist. We just need to be able to access them. Some people truly believe that they are not creative at all. By introducing a metaphor, you can actually allow people to think about a problem or situation differently, and that might stimulate a more natural and spontaneous response. Some examples that we have used involve asking questions like, if this sprint was an animal, what would it be? Or, if this sprint was a chocolate bar, what would it be? The key to these questions is then exploring why attendees responded with their own answers.
Number 6, let people play. We feel safer if we feel like we're playing, so try introducing some games into the retrospective. We've had success with word association games, role-playing scenarios, and even some board games. Equally, playing with toys such as Lego blocks or modelling clay will access different parts of the human brain and might help stimulate some different thoughts. Number 7, encourage healthy conflict. Assure the team that it isn't always about agreement, and that disagreement is not only okay, but is also a great way to find the best solutions. Premature consensus actually reduces the quality of the output, so perhaps introduce an element of ritual dissent, where team members are actively encouraged to take turns dissembling ideas and finding all the reasons why they won't work. Number 8, keep things varied. One of the biggest complaints we hear about retrospectives is that they become boring, as the Scrum Master runs out of novel ways to run them or techniques to employ. Asking the same questions at every retrospective can quickly become tedious, so do anything you can to keep them fresh. Some simple ideas to help include having a specific theme for each retrospective, such as the ones we've just described in this course, perhaps changing the location, even having a guest speaker, or using a different metaphor, or maybe even bringing in an alternative facilitator. Number 9. Reflect on facts. Encourage everyone on the team to move past just plain facts and tap into how the situation is affecting them and others. Not only does this make it more real, but it also increases the value to doing something about it, and therefore makes it more likely we will take action on our ideas. I'm more likely to make a change if I know how it's affecting me and other people. 10. Take some action. Don't let the retrospective turn into a town hall meeting where everyone just gets to air their grievances and complain about what's not working. Ensure that the team reflects on things, thinking about what part they're playing in the situation, and more importantly, take some action towards making that aspect of the team's situation better. They don't have to solve it completely, so long as they're moving towards a solution. We hope you've enjoyed these tips, and we challenge you to find some ways to incorporate them into your next retrospective.